Hello, my name's Jackie. Well, I think we all know that money can't buy happiness, but money could buy a penguin. And have you ever met a penguin owner that was unhappy? I certainly haven't, and on that note, I'm going to show you today how to make a very cute little penguin cake just in time for Christmas. Let's get going with our ingredients. I have, first of all, of course, our icing sugar, and I have as well our icing sugar shaker. I have some black sugar paste, and here I have some white sugar paste and some red sugar paste. I have a little cupcake that I have just cut in half and sandwiched together with some strawberry jam. I have, of course, our edible glue and a paintbrush, our rolling pins and a sharp knife. So let's get going. So I'm going to start with making the body of our penguin, and for this I have our black sugar paste here that, as usual, I've rolled into a ball. So we're going to roll that out fairly thin. As we've done before, I'm going to cut a circle around our little cupcake, and I'm going to wrap the cupcake in the black sugar paste. Just put the remainder to one side for a moment. So we've done this before, we're going to gather up the edges. And then just cut off the surplus. Like so. And this time I'm going to roll this into a sort of oval shape rather than a ball. So you can see there that I have perhaps more of a rugby ball shaped cake here, covered in sugar paste rather than our normal football shape. So I'm just going to pop him there, and I'm going to continue with another piece of black sugar paste to make our little penguin's head. So I've made another little ball there out of our black sugar paste, and I'm just going to take our edible glue here, put a little spot on the top of our black body and pop the head on top, like so. Just pop that aside for one moment. And now we're going to need some white sugar paste. So I have a piece of white sugar paste here that I'm going to use to put the white markings onto our penguin's little black body. So again, making sure I've got lots of icing sugar so it doesn't stick. I'm just going to roll that out. And I want this really nice and thin. So when I've rolled that out nice and thin, I'm going to cut a small oval piece, which is the piece that I'm going to put in the middle of my penguin's body. So I hope you can see what I'm doing there. It's just a small sort of rugby ball shaped piece. Don't worry too much about it, because I don't know about you, but I've never seen a perfectly symmetrical penguin. So we don't want to worry too much about perfection here. And then I'm just popping some edible glue on there, and I'm just going to pop that on the front of our penguin. Like so. So now I'm going to cut another piece of our thin white sugar paste, and I'm going to use that to put the white marks on our penguin's face. First of all, I'm going to start off at the top by cutting a little heart shape. So I hope that you can see what I'm doing here, but certainly you'll see the shape at the end. So I've cut out of the white, thinly rolled out sugar paste a little shape like that. I hope you can see, because it's quite difficult to describe, but you can see it's sort of got a heart shape at the top and then the same at the bottom, and they're sort of joined together there. So hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to stick that onto our little penguin's face with my edible glue here. Just like so. So next step, of course, our little penguin is going to need some flippers. So I've got a tiny piece of black sugar paste for that. I'm just going to make a couple of little flipper shaped pieces. So you can see there, that's my little flipper. 2 of those. So I've got my 2 little flipper shaped pieces of black sugar paste there, and I'm going to pop those onto the side of our penguin with some edible glue, like so. As I'm working with the black sugar paste, now would be a good time to make our little penguin's eyes. Very simple. I'm just going to need 2 tiny little balls of black. They're probably so small that you might not even be able to see them down there. But you'll see them when I pop them on. Little daub of edible glue on our penguin's little white face. And just pop your eyes on there. Like so. Right, so next I'm going to take our red sugar paste, and this is going to be for all of the finishing touches. So I'm going to start off by making some little feet. And you may recall that we did this before when we made our little monster cakes. So we're going to use exactly the same method. I've got a very small ball of red sugar paste here. Just going to break it into 2 little pieces like so. And if you remember, the way that we make feet is that we just press our thumbs or fingers into them to flatten them. So, like so. And again, little daub of edible glue here, and we're just going to pick our little penguin up and sit him on top of his feet. Very nice and easy. There he is. Time for our penguin to have a beak. So again, with my red sugar paste, I'm just making a little beaky shape here. I hope you can see that. There on my hand. And I'm going to take my sharp knife and I'm just going to slice it very carefully down the middle so that his beak is open. And you can just open it very gently with your fingers. And small daub, of course, of edible glue on the back there. And then we're going to pop our little penguin's beak onto his face. This is a Christmas penguin, so he's going to be wearing a Christmas hat and scarf. And so for my scarf, we're going to be rolling a cylinder, exactly as we have done before. Let's just pop you out of the way, little mister. I'm going to roll this out. Very easy and straightforward. Just need it long enough to go around his neck with a little bit of surplus, so slightly longer than that, I think. There we are. Excellent. That's it. Just make sure that's long enough. Perfect. Okay, and now I'm just going to chop off those uneven edges. Just going to make a few sharp cuts in the end to fray the ends of his scarf. A few daubs of edible glue on there. Don't need too much. But it is particularly useful to put the edible glue on the parts that you've frayed because those are the most vulnerable to breaking. And then there we are, little penguin, because it is a bit chilly out there at the moment. There's your little scarf to keep you nice and warm. That's it. Excellent. I'm sure he feels much better for that. Last but by no means least, we're going to give him a little hat. So we've done this before. I've taken a little circle of red sugar paste and I'm going to use my thumb just to push it into my ball and mould it into the shape of a little bobble hat. Something like that I think will be fine. So I'm going to pop some edible glue inside the hat and pop the hat on our penguin. There I have our good old favourite, our Wilton's decorating icing here in white, and I'm just going to use that to pipe some fur around our little penguin's hat, and of course to give him a bobble, the all-important bobble, especially at this time of year. I'm just going to add our final little finishing touch to our cute little penguin, and that is of course a little bit of snow. Voila! Here we have, as promised, our little Christmas penguin cake. Ta-da! I do hope you like him, and I hope you enjoyed watching how to make him, and I hope that you have an opportunity to have a go at making this little Christmas cake and some of our others, perhaps with your children over the Christmas holidays. Please do continue to subscribe, please do continue to like us, and thanks very much for watching. See you soon!